We value the scientist-practitioner model, and that certainly is true of many psychology graduate programs, but our faculty really live that model and bring that to the classroom every day. So all of our faculty are involved in some practice work, all of our faculty are involved in some research work, and we really emphasize teaching our students relevant and rigorous research that is applicable to organizations, that students can bring to their organizations to inform the practice work that they're doing. Likewise, they're listening in organizations, we're listening in organizations to what are the problems of organizational life, what is important to folks working in organizations, what is top of mind, what are the problems that are really affecting people in organizations and people in society that we should be studying. So always having our research talk to what's applicable in practice and really listening to the problems of organizations and society about what we should be researching.
I'll tell you, one of the biggest joys of my work is when something happens in real life that fits theory and practice. And I say, oh my goodness, I knew about that, but I didn't see it in living color until now. That's a joy. That really is, when you see things that you try to teach about that actually do occur. What we're trying to do that is relatively unique is the ultimate marriage of scholarship and practice, and trying to put those two together in an integrated fashion. So I'm sure lots of other programs try to do that. I think we go to special lengths of effort to try to make that happen. So it's kind of like saying, I'm not going to say to you what to do in practice unless there's evidence to back it up. And if there is, then we'll talk about it and we'll make that a part of the class. But if there isn't, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to talk about it because it's not worthy of our time and our energy and effort. So we want to do things that we know something about. The knowledge may be limited, but we know enough that we can actually do something about applying it. From the very beginning, I think we have tried to build that into the curriculum. So our curriculum for every course has something to do with practice and something to do with theory and research.
The course that I teach is a course on change, and it happens to be what I do with my life, is to consult to organizations on change. So it's something I've worked on for my entire adult life, 40 years of experience in the field with clients, both as an independent practitioner and as a member of a consulting firm. I've seen it from both sides. And I've been in organizations in leadership positions where we're responsible for helping our clients bring about change in their organizations. So I have lots of stories to tell about change in the classroom, and the students, I think, really appreciate hearing some of those stories and learning from our experiences. I do a case where I play one of the clients that I had who was a tough client, and the students have to try to get information out of him and understand what the issues are, and he has kind of a strange view of the world, so they have the experience of not just working with easy clients, but working with some tough clients in a kind of safe environment. We also do a nice simulation on change that's computer-based, and so they have a fun experience interacting around change with this simulation. And then we talk about, how that works in the real world, in contrast to a simulation where, you're not really dealing with live people who are responding to change. You're getting some indication of how people respond to change through the simulation, but it's never as neat and orderly as it may seem in a simulated environment. So we talk a lot about the difference between that and reality. And as they begin to engage the real client that they work with over the course of the semester, then it all comes to life. And they have a chance to try out the things that they've learned in the course that are based on theory and understand that the theory is right, but applying it takes a deeper level of understanding than just knowing the words. For example, when we talk about unfreezing the client so that they are ready to step up to change, how do you do that? What's it like to work with a client who says they want to change, but in reality, change is scary, so they may not be ready to do all of the things that they should do to examine themselves and try things out that are new and different. And students have to navigate that and help clients to get there. So it's constantly an interaction between the theory that we're teaching about change and the models and the frameworks that we use to guide practice in the field, and then the experience of actually doing it with clients, which the two go well together, but they're quite different.